You know, when I was a kid, I'd tell my mom I wanted to do something, and she'd say, no. And I said, but Mama, everybody's doing it. And she'd say, if everybody was going to jump off a cliff, would you? And I'd say, no, ma'am. Well, everybody's doing it. I wasn't going to do it. Didn't plan on doing it. I did it. So what did I do? Well, I got offered by Vegega. Not sure exactly how to pronounce that, but I got offered a couple of raised beds to give them a review. You know, I've watched the other channels doing raised beds, and they look intriguing. They really look nice. They really are nice. And I've seen the different brands, and this, to me, seems to be the best brand, the best coating on it. It's got a 3-layer coating on it. Talk about that later. That gives them they claim a 20-year lifespan. So anyway, they sent me 2 of these. They sent me a 17-inch tall one, a 17-inch tall, and an 11-inch tall. Let's just call it Vegega. All right, Vegega. They sent me 2 raised beds, and I'll show you the putting together, and I'll show you the final result. And we're going to do an adventure in metal raised bed garden systems in the coming couple of weeks. I tell you what, they're really nice looking in the garden, and I'll show you all that along with the putting together of it. All right, how about that? This particular one is in sage green. I'll show you that in just a second. This is the 17-inch tall 9-in-1 raised bed. And so let me just give you a little perspective about how it comes packaged. The box is about 18 inches tall and 22 inches wide. Probably weighs 20 pounds, thereabouts. Yes, I am inside. I'm on the carpet, going to put it together inside. It's very light. I mean, when you get it put together, it's not cumbersome. I've already done an 11-inch, and this is the 17-inch. So let me show you what it takes to put this together. So it is packaged extremely well, having put one together. I can tell you that. This is the black, it's not cord, it's just the black trim that goes around the top of the bed. The bed is metal, and that's what this is for. It goes around the top. Really a nice, very heavy duty. You open it up. Get your finger in there, open that up. That's how you put that on top. But the way it's packaged here, all of it is tucked away nicely. You get a nice, big, thick book about how to put it together. And I'll show you some of the main steps of putting it together. Again, I've already put one of these together. It's not difficult, a little time consuming, maybe, I don't know, it might have took 45 minutes, something like that. Not a big deal. Each of these pieces, one of the packaging pluses, each one of these pieces has a lining. It has a film over it that you take off with 2 hands. About like packing tape. But it peels off a lot easier than packing tape. So there's one. I mean, you got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 of these, 4 of the curved pieces to take the tape off of. So it's not a big deal. So that's the 2 ends put together, and all that's left is to join up the straight pieces and fill in the gap. It's going to be 8 feet wide. So we're putting in 4 pieces on each side. Pretty easy. So here it is, basically halfway put together. Got the 2 ends, one side bolted on. You just put a bolt in from the outside and put your washer and nut on the inside of the raised bed. And looks pretty dadgum good. Let me just get over here and show you this side.
You know, I was a little concerned that using a drill might tighten it down too much, might dimple it a little. But the fact that it's on the flat and not on a raised part, there's very little chance of that. But I've been tightening it down pretty tight with that drill. I don't see any dimples, any malforming in the bolt holes. So it looks good to me. Let's get that other side on. Be done with it. So again, it comes with 2 rods, stainless steel rods that will go in the middle to stabilize it, keep it from bowing out when it's full of soil. And those are threaded on the ends, and screw those rods in. So here it is all put together, and really happy with it, with the structure, with the way it feels, very sturdy. There's the 2 bars in the center, the 2 stabilizer bars that I talked about. As far as configuring it, you can, instead of putting these 2 curved pieces together, you can take one of the flat pieces, put it right here, and make it, like 3 feet wide or 4 feet wide or something like that, and make it into more of a square, or just several different ways you can configure it. This is the way I wanted, and man, I really like it. I failed to tell you, this is it's got a 20-year life expectancy. It is magnetic. A magnet does stick to it, but it's very, very well protected from the elements, so it should last a long time. I'm not ready to put it into service yet, but I am ready to get it out of the living room before my wife comes home. So let me show you how we're going to do that. How in the world am I going to get this thing 8 feet by 2 feet out of my house? Well, let me just show you that. We're going to get it out kind of like this. Pick it up and carry it, just like that. 2 feet wide, it'll go through just about every door. Best way to get it out. I've already gotten one out of the house just like it, so I know it'll work. So here they both are put together, the 11-inch, the 17-inch, and by when you say 11-inch, you're talking about the height of it, 17 inches high. That is its destination. I have tilled that up. We're going to cover that with landscape cloth, and I'll show you that in upcoming, whenever it comes in. I've ordered it. Whenever it comes in, we'll show you that. But this is what they look like. After watching a couple of videos, I have realized that I put the metal rods here, the stainless steel rods, I put it too high. I need to put it down here on this bolt, so I will move that. These will go down to about right here, and I do see how that would make much better stability. So just didn't get that in the directions. Either I missed it or the directions weren't clear about exactly where to put it. So anyway, but they look, I mean, they are gorgeous. They really are beautiful. Come in several different colors. They've got a white, they've got a dark green, kind of a forest green, which I should have got. I don't know, since my earth boxes are forest green. But these are going to go right here along with my other containers, my earth boxes, and that's just going to be it. We'll cover it with the ground cover, and then if I can get me a batch or 2 or 5 of wood chips, we'll put wood chips, so the black ground cover won't be exposed. I think I would rather have a wood chip covering on top of the black landscape cloth, simply for heat. I believe that landscape cloth is going to be really hot in the hot summer. So covering it with wood chips, having these sitting in a bed of wood chips like Lazy Dog does, I think it's going to be pretty. So anyway, sitting on that, that's a work in progress. I'll show you more on that later. I really like the 17-inch better. The older I get, the less I enjoy bending over. Never really enjoyed it, but the less I enjoy it, the older I get. I didn't show in the putting together, I didn't show this top strapping that you put on here, protection against that sharp edge, and really the edge is not sharp. Let me show you. I mean, the edge is rolled. You can see that edge is rolled over, so it's really not sharp at all. I mean, there's nothing there sharp because the edge has been rolled, but they give you, in keeping with everything else that they have that is quality, they give you that covering on top, and it's just, it goes on pretty easy. It just went together real nicely. It takes a little time because it's tedious. You got a lot of bolts and nuts and washers to put on there, but
other than that, it really goes on there nicely. Again, these are 9-in-1s, which means there are 9 different configurations you can make out of the one kit that they send. And I just chose the simple one, just the 2 feet by 8 feet. And both of these are 2 feet by 8 feet. Really beautiful, beautiful raised beds. They're gonna look even prettier with a bunch of groceries in them, and you can grow a lot of groceries in a 2 by 8 foot area, and that's what we're gonna do. So I hope this spurs you on for some fall gardening, but also I hope it spurs you on if you've been thinking about a raised bed. If you've been watching the other channels that are doing this, and a bunch of them are, Living Traditions, Lazy Dog are 2 that I follow that are doing this. Living Traditions chose the Vegega, I don't know, Vegega. And Lazy Dog has another one. I don't really remember the name of it. So if you're looking at doing some raised beds, I highly recommend these, mainly because of the longevity. I believe they're gonna fulfill the 20-year, and if they do, they're gonna outlive me. So I'm 71 years old. Don't think I'm gonna live another 20. We'll see. But they've got that triple coating, and I believe it's just gonna be a superior product. So really, really nice. Really pleased and satisfied with this. You know, they're not real cheap, but they're not really expensive either, considering the amount of groceries you can grow, and considering that it's got a 20-year life expectancy. So divide that by 20 years, and you're not looking at very much at all. If you're looking for a good metal raised bed, I really recommend, having handled these, put these together, done my research on them, I really recommend the Vegega raised bed. We'll show you more on this later, and we'll show you more planting these in just a few weeks. And I believe that's it. We're gone.